Welcome to our audience in the room for the awarding of the Silver Lion of the 52nd International Theatre Festival of La Biennale di Venezia. The Golden Lion goes to the collective GOB Squad. After the awarding of the prize, there will be a conversation with the artists, moderated by the critic and essay writer Andrea Porcheddo, who also leads a workshop of theatre critic with Roberta Ferraresi. So we can start this awarding ceremony, and I would invite the president of La Biennale di Venezia, Pietrangelo Buttafuoco, to join me here on stage. While the artistic directors of La Biennale Teatro, Stefano Ricci and Gianni Forte, will read the motivation for this award. The Silver Lion of the 52nd International Theatre Festival of La Biennale di Venezia goes to GOB Squad. Defying the conventional parameters of theatrical representation and text-based exposition, this group of Anglo-German artists based between Nottingham and Berlin, who have worked together since 1994, are unpredictable and ready for anything, cruelly candid and as funny as they are cynical. In addition to making work for theatre, ingeniously playing with a variety of forms and of entertainment, in recent years they have also created online performances, work for radio and gallery spaces. Making constant use of video cameras and live film, now an integral part of their creations, to multiply the possible ways in which their work can be perceived. GOB Squad have increasingly established their creative universe in places people pass through, in the street, at train stations, on the metro, in houses, shops, offices, hotels, car parks. This approach pulls back the masks of real life, unveiling the manipulative mechanisms embedded within it. It seeks out a pret-à-porter magic and a captivating beauty at the heart of our daily life, to generate a confessional honesty combined with the reconstructed storytelling, yet their work frees itself from both, taking prodigious flight to go further, to fly out of the front door into a space where reality can be blown up without hesitations or half measures, and embark on an unmissable journey. Their personal explorations, referred to as live art, or perhaps more accurately, life art, are permeated by a sharp vision of society as it relates to contemporary urban existence. In this vision, the authentic and the illusory, the utopian and the banal, the immediate and the theatrical machine, real life and media, are set on an endless collision course. As such, through their improvisations, and whether in theatre or in site-specific environments, they draw on 4 R's, the 4 master keys: risk, rules, rhythm, reality, to develop unexpected strategies, surprise and challenge themselves, learning to react to random events within a given dramaturgy, playing with the perception of what is familiar and transforming daily life into an epic. In doing so, GOB Squad invite their audiences to step beyond the spectator's traditionally passive role and have the chance to shine as a direct witness and principal actors of this ritual. Anything can happen, and usually all kinds of things do. Every show is absolutely unique, whether danced, played or sung. Their work leaves you feeling hungover, providing a repeatable opportunity to share passions and desires, to celebrate the triumph of imagination bejeweled with powerful emotions. The GOB Squads. We invite the 7 members of the GOB squad to join us on stage. I would like to say their names: Joanna Freiburg, Sean Patten, Sharon Mead, Berit Stump, Sarah Tom, Bastian Trost, Simon Will. The prize is awarded by the president of la Biennale di Venezia, Pietrangelo Buttafuoco.
Look at you.
We are a collective. No one here is in charge. You could say we are all the boss. Just take a moment to project onto us.
What we're trying to say is that we know that you need this projection. Because we know that you are all lonely. Yes, we know. Us too. And that's why you're here today. That's why you pay good money to feel part of something bigger, to identify with something bigger than just yourself. That's why we're all here, right? So let's fight loneliness together.
Now, we speak these words, thank you Sarah, thank you Simon, we speak these words directly to the audience at the beginning of our piece, Revolution Now. Yes, we tell the audience that they're lonely. In this show, we try to harness all the collective power and energy of the audience and performers and focus it into one video camera, positioned centrally on the stage. In the piece we sing, make pictures, read poems, share secrets, play electric guitars, all performing with the audience to this one camera. And this camera is linked to one video screen placed outside the theatre. It's the smallest possible version of a media empire. But the aim with this media empire is to persuade one random passerby to stop what they had planned for that evening and come inside the theatre, talk about changing the world, and stand on stage as a symbol of hope that change is possible.
Naive and simplistic, maybe.
We've been called a lot of things over the last 30 years, since we started. And the world we live in today has changed a lot since back then. Thankfully, Gob Squad was born into a 1990s Europe of free arts education and efforts to democratize culture. Curiosity and openness, the ability to embrace fragility and failure, which are features of Gob Squad's work, are not just characteristics that you're born with. They come from such a cultural landscape that values small-scale, independent work. A cultural landscape which is fragile and should not be taken for granted.
So if we're all foreigners everywhere, how can we avoid misunderstandings? How can we avoid distrust? What we do is we build on the utopian, optimistic ethos, which is part and parcel of working as a collective. Working as a we, working as an us, is a political gesture that rejects the cult of the individual. We try and grow the collective with each project to bring people together. Often strangers who wouldn't normally have contact with each other, sometimes people who are unfamiliar with theatre itself. In Elephants in Rooms, we connect performers from India, China, Germany and Britain, and in Creation, we make links across the generational divide. And of course, we also connect to the audience, that group of individuals who come together to be part of something bigger, at least just for a few hours.
So, thank you very much for this prize. Thanks to artistic directors Stefano Ricci and Gianni Forte, the Biennale president Pietrangelo Botafogo, and the entire board of La Biennale di Venezia. When we started 30 years ago, right from day one, our dream was collective. We thought there are enough solo, so-called geniuses, no need for any more. So no single one of us is the boss, or you could say that we are all the boss.
So, who is this Gob Squad? Who is getting this prize? The simple answer is it's the people you see on stage, right here. But, of course, it's also the various other guest performers, designers, dramaturgs, artists, and technicians. And come to the stage, if that is one of you. Chris Umney and Mina Nunes, Miles Chalcraft, Sebastian Bach, Christina Romer, and Matthew Hunt, who are who represent so these people represent the many, many designers and guest artists, but not finished. It's also all the people who work or have worked in the office, who rarely get to come on tour to places like this. Caroline Gens, Grisha Schwieg, Talleya Shure, Marta Hedelt, Eva Hartman is here. Thank you to them too. Great to have you with us. Also, thank you to all the curators and programmers who believed in us over these 30 years. Now I'm getting emotional. Especially in the projects that didn't work out so well, because there were some. Our longest running supporter travelled to be here today, Enna Quinones from Harold, Herbert and Ufa Berlin. Thank you, Enna.
But finally, this prize and our thanks go to the hundreds of people over the years, random people on the streets who stopped what they were doing and with a curious mind and an open heart have paused for a moment to talk to us, to change their path. They've joined a theatrical game which often had no fixed plan or outcome. It is those people who should also be thanked. They became we, and in doing so, give us hope that changing the world for the better is possible. Thank you.